Ladies and gentlemen, g'day, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Economics Mate, and this is World of Tanks Blitz. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about a topic that I think is very, very important to address. And it's what does the future hold for Blitz? Where is this game looking in the future? Like, what is the outlook, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I've spoken to multiple different people over the years, especially in recent times, with all the changes that have been having to Blitz and all the things that they've been adding and all the crates and all these events, and it's just on and on and on and on and on. And a lot of the times, there's people out there that are trying to say, oh, like, what's going to happen? Why is Blitz still relevant? I guess is Blitz still relevant, is what I'm trying to say. And this is an open discussion for all you people as well that are watching this video. So before we continue on, I want you guys to just take a couple minutes to write a comment down below, in the comments down below. Just let me know, why do you think Blitz is still relevant? Why do you think Blitz is not relevant anymore? Do you think Blitz will ever not be relevant? Do you think Blitz is going to stop being relevant? Just let me know in the comments. This is open discussion. It's an open discussion for everyone. I believe Blitz is very much as relevant as it's always been. I do think the game is not necessarily dying, but there are certain elements of this game that is dying. For instance, lower tiers. I mean, literally, just a few days ago, Wargaming released codes for the Keniotsu. They gave away more than 20,000 Keniotsus to random players. They gave away a code on both the English and the Russian stream, and more than 20,000 people now have the Keniotsu. That's pretty crazy if you ask me. But yeah, a tank that was so flippin' rare because they only released it for like an hour or two in the stores, and they immediately removed it because they realized how completely and utterly broken the tank is. They gave it to all of us for some odd reason. And then now we're hearing rumors from certain people and CCs and whatnot that are saying that there's a reason why they gave out the Keniotsu, even though many people are disagreeing with their choice. Look at it this way. A lot of us that were in the game at the time missed out on getting the Kenny because either we were at work or we were, we were busy with university or at high school, whatever. I was actually in year 11 at the time. I had exams when the Keniotsu was actually sold, so I missed out on buying it on my old account. I mean, even if I did buy it, I don't have access to my old account anymore, which I started in 2014. So I guess it would have been bad anyway if I had bought it and I wasn't able to access it anymore. Who knows? My point I'm trying to make is they gave us all a tank that I've personally been lustering over for the last 8 years, and the reasoning behind it was they gave no reason. But again, this is one of the reasons why I say, is Blitz still relevant? Because now they've released a tier 3 tank that was once considered the most broken tank ever to exist in Blitz. And to be fair, it still is the most broken tank, considered to be the most broken tank in World of Tanks Blitz, just purely on the DPM. It has basically double the amount of DPM of any tank at tier 3. It's insane. Right? And now at the time, it was absolutely crazy with all the stuff that it had. But now it's kind of an irrelevant tank. Even with all that DPM, that's all it's got. Everything else about the tank, the mobility, the penetration, the camera rating, whatever it may be, the armor, everything else at tier 3 is just better than that tank, aside from the DPM. So it begs the question, why did Wargaming release this tank then? Now you notice there was a timer in the background of your garage. That timer is basically a countdown to when this tank is going to be rebalanced. And I don't mean rebalanced in a way where they're going to nerf the DPM. No. The DPM is going to stay the same. Because if they nerf the DPM, then the whole premise of the Keniotsu just loses its value. It loses its speciality, having that insane 1920 DPM at tier 3. You know, that's what made it special. And I think the reason why they gave it to all of us is so we can play low tiers again. So lower tiers can be relevant once more. Because, honestly, it's ridiculous. It takes me like 5, 6, maybe even 10 minutes to get to a tier 3 or a tier 2 battle just to experience what it's like to play low tier. Now, if you're a newer player, that's a different story. But if you're a veteran player like myself, where I'm trying to grind the new line, I don't have any free XP, well, guess what? I have to play tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and it takes me forever to get into a battle because it's considering me to be seal clubbing. And I guess that's why they released it. But even now with the Kenny Otsu, it's already become irrelevant because tier 3 and tier 2 is basically impossible to get in. It takes me 5 to 6 minutes to get into a battle with my Kenny Otsu. It's crazy. And I guess, again, it begs the question, is Blitz still relevant? Well, look at what we have. When you open the game, just when you open up Blitz, what is the first thing you're greeted with? Offers. Offers. Oh, we got new crates offers. Oh, we got new tanks offers. We got this, we got that. You open it up and the user face basically showcases all these ridiculous offers that we got available. These crates, these events offers, these battle passes, these camos. Every conceivable flippant offer that you can think of is there in Blitz. It's in your user face, it's in your what do you call it, your interface. It's right there in your face. It's just, you know, it's overflowing. Too much. There's too much input. There's too much going on the screen. Back in the early days of Blitz, mate, it was beautiful. All there was the golds for ads, and that was it. That was literally all there is. There was none of this stupid thing. And maybe if there was an event, it'll be on the corner and then that's it. But it was a nice, clean look. And this was back when Blitz was very much relevant. But I want to make it very, very clear. My channel is a perfect example of why I believe Blitz is still relevant. The fact of the matter is, I came back after 4 years of not posting any content. And now all of a sudden, my channel is becoming relevant again. I'm increasing in views. I'm increasing in subscribers. Just this month alone, I have increased more than 400 subscribers. I've become monetized this month. I have, what do you call it? You know, nearly 4.4k subscribers. I'm nearing that what do you call it? That gap, right? I've achieved over 50,000 views just this month because I'm uploading consistently. Now, if a game is irrelevant and a game is no longer relevant, then that wouldn't be the case, would it? My channel would not have kicked off again, even after being dead for basically 4 years. So that should give you an indication that, you know what, Blitz isn't actually dying. It's still relevant even to this day. There are still tons of people that play this game. Look at the World of Tanks Blitz YouTube channel, right? Just have a look at the Blitz channel. The Blitz channel itself had, when they were doing that live stream, they had roughly around, was it like 20-something thousand people watching, right? They had an insane amount of people that were watching that stream. And they managed to get like 32,000 likes just on that video, on that stream. So I mean, that's just a live stream. It's pretty crazy when you think about it. It's pretty crazy when you think about it. And I think, again, the primary, like the main issue that I've got, I think, with the game is that there's just too much going on. There's too much going on in the user interface. There's way too many things that are happening. There's way too many things that are popping up. All these events and whatnot, I'm all for them. But a lot of them are behind the paywall. There's so many of these offers for crates that are basically worthless. And yet, for some odd reason, the game wants us to purchase them. They want us to purchase them because they're making it out like, the marketing team is basically making it out like these crates are like the thing that you need. These are the things that you actually need. You need to watch, you need to buy these crates because they're so good. There's so much value in them. But in reality, there isn't. Realistically speaking, there isn't. And people need to understand that. Fortunately, that's not the case. It's not the case at all. But, I mean, who are we to decide? Who are we to decide what goes on with this thing? I'm just a lonely YouTuber. I am literally just a lonely YouTuber who's making content and who's enjoying making this content for you guys. And my problem is, I like to raise issues about topics that not many people tend to talk about. And I think one of the biggest things that I'm hearing from a lot of newer players, and I tell them, I go, you're a new player? I want to know, give me feedback. Give me feedback on when you first installed the game, doing the tutorial, doing all the steps, and then finally getting your first tier 5 or whatever it is. How was the experience? And they tell me, pretty much every single one of them say the same thing. It's fun to play, but the problem that they have is what? The common issue that they all have is singular. It's one common issue that they all have, and it's the tutorial. The tutorial for this game is trash. It's crap. It is horrid. It's horrible. I don't understand what wargaming were thinking when they introduced this tutorial system. It's been introduced now for a few years. What was wrong with the old system? The old one, the old tutorial was so much easier to understand because you're playing with tier 1 tanks. That was your forte. You played with tier 1 tanks. The proving grounds, you were in tier 1 tanks. You weren't in these tier 6 tanks where they give you a history lesson on the tanks. It's cool. That's great. But how about you reward these players by giving them a tier 6 tank? Once they complete a certain amount of battles and they've played a certain amount of battles, you give them an incentive to keep playing. Be like, hey guys, how about we give you one of these tanks that you've just played, but you need to be a new player, right? And you need to have, let's say, 500 or 1,000 battles and get yourself a tier 6 tank, and we will reward you with this tank. With one of the tanks that you played with. You get to choose which one. And then that's it. Bob's your uncle. Why can't they do that? Why can't they bring back the tier 1 tutorial system? It was so much better back in the day. It was so much better, and it was so much easier to understand. I don't understand. I honestly, it still boggles my mind, even to this day, that Wargaming thought it was a good idea to do what they did. But hey, you know what? At the end of the day, we can't really complain, can we? I'm just here to basically give my opinions and tell you whether or not Blitz is still relevant. Again, another prime example. Let's have a look at YouTubers like Flossie, for instance. He's increased pretty damn... He's gone up in views and whatever pretty quickly. Look at Droodles. He had all the controversy happen to him a few months ago. He left for a week and then ended up a week or two and then ended up coming back, and he's going strong and he's still getting a lot of views and he's still relevant, right? And then we had, what do you call it? Wotb Joe, who's still going crazy with views and is nearly at 200,000 subscribers. Even HD Android Gaming, aka Scanner Slow, he's been gone for ages, then randomly came back when the Kennyotsu was back. And he's still relevant. Even Bushka, who is barely online for Blitz, even he came back. And whenever he comes back, he still gets decent amount of views. Pantuf, a perfect example. My good friend Pantufli. Look at his channel. His channel has kicked off again. He's uploading daily. He's showcasing to everyone, this is how you make proper Blitz videos. His editing is otherworldly. It's unbelievable, his editing. So guys, yeah, Blitz is still very much relevant. Blitz content is very much relevant. And I think it's going to be relevant for many years to come, especially considering the fact that we now have the Unreal Engine coming very soon next year. It's coming out next year. We're going to have the Unreal Engine. It's going to look amazing. It's going to be an entirely different game, right? The tanks are going to look better. There's going to be flipping mechanisms. Expect to see hydropneumatic suspension coming in as well from World of Tanks PC. Essentially, what Wargaming is trying to do is turn Blitz into a mobile version of World of Tanks PC. And I'm all for it. I'm super excited to see it. People are a little bit unsure about what the hell's going on and whether or not they're going to be affected you know, in terms of whether or not their devices are going to be able to handle it. Look at it this way. They will be able to handle it. Because at the end of the day, it's probably cheaper just to run Blitz on a PC. Anyway, guys, that's it for today's video. I just wanted to make this video on whether or not Blitz is still relevant. And the reason why I say it is because I got a comment recently on my stream I recently did, literally yesterday, or this morning if you want to be pedantic, where there's someone's like, oh, you're very much irrelevant now, you know, your content is trash, I don't know what, terrible gameplay. I'm just like, bro, you know, why are you even watching that? This is not made for you. This is made for people that want to know how to play the game. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for dropping by. I really appreciate all the love and support. Thank you for Token Porn for being a lovely supporter and being an absolutely bloody legend. I really appreciate all the donations and all the support you've given me, mate. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Link to his channel will be in the description below. I'm going to try and get him to 1,000 subscribers. To every one of my other channel members and all the new channel members, thank you so much for joining the membership. And thank you, Token, for gifting those memberships to those people. Appreciate every single one of you. And, of course, without further ado, guys, ladies and gentlemen, look after yourselves, look after your friends and family, and, of course, peace in the Middle East, and stay safe on the battlefield. And to all my Muslim brothers and sisters out there, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. And to everyone else who is not Muslim, a very, very Merry Christmas to all my Christian brothers and sisters out there, and a Happy New Year to everyone else. See you later, guys, and peace out.